Hello and welcome back to the latest episode of Outer Rim Ramblin with myself, the Outlaw, Adam Neeson, and joined as always my co-pilot, the Jedi Knight, Danny Brown. Danny, how are you?
I am good. I am tired. I am tired, but I'm also buzzing. I'm very ecstatic, and the news that we will be finishing today's program with has got me feeling especially hyped. So
Mm,
we'll get to that. How are you? What's the crack, bye?
I'm all good. It's a rainy day in the old Belfast.
Mm-hmm.
Um, there's some civil unrest in the country.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, in the world, if we're going to
Yeah.
get into it.
Yeah, there's civil unrest everywhere, but yes, it's very close to home for us right now, isn't it?
And weirdly, on the internet, people keep pointing out how relevant Andor is.
Hmm.
If it's opened their eyes to what's actually happening, which is nice because,
Yeah,
sometimes it takes art to show the world what's actually happening.
it's very bittersweet. It's kind of like it's good that you're starting to take notice. It's a shame a show's kind of having to make you realize, like, hey, this thing that's not real is a bit like the real shit that's going on. I wonder
Hello.
what that could possibly mean. Are we rooting for the wrong side?
Are we the Nazis?
Are we the bad guys?
Um, Hello, who is going to be our R2D2? Um, Bertie O'Hearn? Is he still alive?
Maybe. Oh God, what do you call the Irish president?
Um,
The wee fella with his
Mike
dogs.
Michael Higgins?
My guy, Higgledy Piggledy. Yeah, if he could come riding in on one of his Burmese mountain dogs, that'd be fantastic.
If you're listening to this and are good at art, if you could draw Michael Higgins as R2D2, that would be
I'm
fantastic.
sure it's bound to be out there, man. I need to look and see if Michael Higgins has anyone done Michael Higgins as RTD2. But yeah, it's not great right now. In our wee country, we
Michael
don't get
Higgins is JP30. No, GP30.
GP. um, yeah, I think we won't get too political, like, but it is. I think a lot of people need to just wise up,
Mm,
and stop acting the maggot.
yeah, especially we scumbags that are just smashing up places because,
Yeah,
oh, it's something to do. Shut up.
exactly, and that's it. Like, I'm originally from Ballymena, and to see what's going on so close to, well, on the street I grew up on,
Mm,
is fucking awful. And my mom and stuff still live down there, and it's fucking difficult to watch
yeah,
what's happening down there right now, and I'm worrying about my family and stuff, obviously. Um, and just yeah, to see the sorry state of things is really upsetting. And obviously, what had kicked it off is an awful thing and should never have happened. And I understand people's anger and rage, but this is no longer about that. It's literally race. It's just racism and
yeah,
hate,
yeah.
and yeah, it's not right at all. And people need to stop trying to use excuses like that for their own bigotry. So
It is interesting.
anyway.
It's interesting to me in the work environment since sort of the anti-woke culture has sort of taken an uprising in the work environment. There is a lot more conversations with people who I would consider friends or work colleagues at least,
Yeah.
who have turned to me and said, well, maybe there shouldn't be foreign people here, and you sort of have to either bite your tongue for the sake of getting sacked or literally quietly said, would you fuck up?
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. And that's it. It's people, and that's unfortunate. That's what the issue with Palomino right now is no one's willing to sit and talk and learn from it. They're just spewing out this misinformation, and it's just like get them out, they're illegal. And it's like, well, actually, if you look at the data, it's not the case. And yeah, but again, try and talk to somebody about that whilst they're holding a fucking petrol bomb, like,
Fortunately.
well,
But sure, on
what
the
do
bright
we know?
on the
What do we know? We're just here talking about Star Wars.
on the bright side, Danny, Star Wars.
Hey,
And involving us slightly, kinda, is someone we brought up a few episodes ago, a
Mhm.
charity called Clashing Sabers.
Yup, yup, yup.
That their initiative is to put more Star Wars books back into libraries in schools across America.
Hmm.
Which you might be like, can kids read real books? Star Wars books are real books, and
Hmm.
sometimes, you know, junior novels like that is the window into a bigger world of reading other
Yeah.
books.
It's good Star Wars YA fiction leads to adult Star Wars fiction, which
Yeah.
leads to sci-fi fiction in general. And there's some fantastic sci-fi fiction in there that is no way associated with Star Wars, but just having that kind of foot in the door of Star Wars to lead you into sci-fi reading, nothing better. And then to go from there and start reading other genres of fiction and non-fiction and everything is wonderful, you know. And there's fantastic educational Star Wars books out there too for even younger readers. You know, you've got the Jedi Padawan series by Jeff Brown,
Mhm.
and just loads of other fantastic, you know, numeracy books and literacy books for your younglings, you know. And I think that's the kind of stuff that they want to put into schools, which is great. It's fantastic.
And thankfully for the campaign that they're putting on, they raised $1,445
Mhm.
$900 dues.
to go towards books to get into libraries. So well done to Clash and Sabers. I'm sure they'll run another initiative at some point again, and hopefully they can raise more money to get the children reading.
Yeah, and I also want to thank them because I won a prize. I won a signed copy of Cataclysm. So I'm really excited to receive that and read it because I haven't read it yet. I'm trying to think the High Republic stuff. The only thing I have actually done is listen to the audiobook of Light of the Jedi, which was very good. So I'm excited to read some more of the High Republic stuff because I know I've heard it is supposed to be very good. So yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, we'll get to some High Republic stuff further down the line. I haven't delved into it apart from yourself. I've listened to the first audiobook, but I have some of the trade paperbacks of the comics collected,
Yeah,
because I know it's sort of the initiative is sort of not coming to an end fully, but winding down.
yeah, yeah.
So we'll do a big piece on the High Republic in the
Mhm.
future.
Absolutely.
But today, in the last episode, I suggested that we talked about Star Wars video games pre-Phantom Menace. And the more we got talking about it, the more we sort of felt like it'd be better to get someone on that truly loves those games rather than
Yeah.
us reading Wikipedia.
Exactly. That's it. Somebody who actually experienced them at the time and who still protects. You know, again, I've touched on them a bit whenever I got the Battlefront 1 PS4. It came with like Super Star Wars and stuff on it. And I remember kind of playing them a bit, but it would be more the PS2 onward era games that are my cup of tea, and I'm sure you're the same, Adam. So yeah, we'll maybe come back to them at some point. But definitely, I mean, if anybody listening is really into their retro Star Wars games, give us a shout, drop us a DM on Instagram.
Like I do love Dash Randar as a character and
Mm.
the Shadows of the Empire game, but I couldn't speak freely on enough for it to be interesting and to get people to go rather than me be like, Dark Forces 2 is really good.
Yeah. Unless I mean, we could make our mission between now and the next 10 episodes to try and play a few more because I've got a few of them on the Switch and stuff as well, and I've downloaded them because I've been like, oh, I must play that. And then sure, imagine like yourself, Adam, you end up going to work, and by the time you get home, you're like, can't be bothered playing games.
Yeah, I have struggled to play the Indiana Jones game because I want to
Um,
sit down and play it in big chunks,
yeah,
but
I
most of the time I'm knackered.
I want to get the Indiana Jones game. Have you finished? Did you finish the Outlaws DLC? Have you done the Outlaws DLC yet?
I started it the other day, um, and sort of, I don't know, I was in one of those weird moods that I was like, I'm not fully committing to this. I'm gonna,
I'm just gonna go have a nosy.
yeah, yeah, pretty much. I was like, I want to see Hondo. What's he at?
I smell profit. Ha ha! Nice, juicy, fat, warm profits.
Yeah, that's I finished. I've played it through. I did rip into it and get It's not a very long story, and it's good story. I don't know if I like the story as much as I like the Lando DLC,
Hmm.
but it was still fun. And obviously Hondo's fucking great. But yeah, we'll talk about that another time. We'll maybe do an Outlaws episode.
Hmm. 100%.
We'll chat about that in a bit more depth. But it's worth a play. It's definitely worth a play.
But what we want to talk about today was there's some Star Wars news that we thought we'd delve into.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
some fun stuff, some not fun stuff, and then some very exciting stuff. So Fortnite, start with that. We've sort of been talking about it the last couple of episodes because the season of the Force stuff is happening, and it sort of had its big finale with the Death Star sort of
Mhm.
attack.
Yep.
Um, and it was a lot of fun to see. It was, it's one of those things where it's like, how come you guys can make a better Battlefront just in this? Why can't we
Yeah.
get a Battlefront just with this? But they're making so much money with their Fortnite model that they don't need to go make
Mhm.
like games like that. But it was a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. A lot of people joined in and seeing everybody sort of rushing towards Emperor Palpatine at the end. Was just fun. Did you get playing it yourself?
No, again, Fortnite. I've not done
Hmm.
no Fortniting, and I get it's the Star Wars stuff. Every time I kind of see something new happening, I keep getting that wee moment, being like, maybe, and then I'm like, no, don't do it, don't turn, because I feel like I definitely. It's one of those things where if I did get really stuck into it, I would absolutely end up buying like all the additional skins and stuff and probably spend too much money. And
Yeah.
I got a wedding to pay for it, so probably best not to get into Fortnite because I've gone back to Battlefront 2 and I've actually played it a couple of times since the whole, make Battlefront 3 happen thing.
Hmm.
I've sort of gone back and played it a few times now and been like, hey, this is funny. And I've actually gone back, I've restarted the story again.
Hmm.
So I'm coming up to the end of, the way it's like split into the two parts.
Hmm.
So I'm coming up to the end of the first part. At the minute, I'm like, oh, I actually forgot how good this like narrative is, and even the cutscenes are fucking fantastic in it for, what was at the time a PS4 release.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's good. I'm having a good time. But yeah, Fortnite, I'm still not sold on it. I'm not trying to give myself more hobbies because I have too many already.
It would be one of those things of because with the skins they're fun, but then once the season's over, it's sort of like, oh, it's Anakin fighting Rick from Rick and Morty. The sort of the appeal
Yeah.
of it loses me.
Hmm.
And then even with this DLC ending with Superman saving everybody,
Yeah.
it's sort of like, oh, bye Star Wars,
Bye bye,
hello
Star Wars.
Superman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
What? Superman versus Darth Vader?
mm,
Who's going to win that fight?
Superman, but
Could a lightsaber cut through a Kryptonian?
if you had a kryptonite kyber crystal, wouldn't that be good?
Oh, that'd be cool. It would just be a green bladed lightsaber. Are green kyber
Yeah.
crystals just kryptonite lightsabers?
Well, we don't know because Superman has never been in Star Wars, so we can't put the theory to the test. But
Yeah, because
let's
there is different colors of kryptonite, isn't there? The
yes,
different colors of kryptonite have different effects on Superman. So,
mhm,
what if Kyber is just kryptonite
in the Star Wars
in the
universe,
Star Wars universe? Yeah,
that's hot.
hot take right there. Hot take.
I like
You
that take.
heard, you heard it here first. Kryptonite is Kyber.
If you were in the room pitching that, that's when they all slowly stand up and give you the Citizen Kane round of applause.
Or they just kick me the fuck out, or I become the Key and Peele sequel guy. Just like I fucking love it. Put it in.
You got kyber crystals that's made out of carbonite? I love it. It's crazy. It's in the movie.
James Gunn's just there, like, yes, yes.
Did you see the thing on Twitter that's it's like the cast of Superman are trying to like pull
Yeah, they're having a tug of war with crypto.
Yes, but have you seen James Gunn's bit just isolated?
No.
And then there's hashtag James Gunn fapping.
I need to check that out. I need to look that up. Yep.
It's uh it's one of those ones where he's like gritting his teeth and then I know it's a podcast, but his jowls go and you're like, oh James, no.
A good jowl shake. Again, listeners, you can imagine.
Nixon out!
The hashtag is hashtag we fapping to Superman. I've just sent you.
Oh, you've sent it. Thank you so much. You're so kind. Oh, it's got your man from fucking from Barry. Oh
Yeah.
God, yeah, he's fucking. It's the bit at the end where he's like, "Oh," he's definitely doing like, oh.
So just to let the audience know, if you want to look that up, it's hashtag we fapping to Superman.
I, I, I should have gone the Insta, or I'll go in the out of context post. I'm gonna save it right now for that. I'm gonna save it.
I was rewatching Guardians the other day as I'm wont to do, and a part of
Mm.
me was watching the Spaceballs and thinking, James Gunn doing a super or a Star Wars movie would be some hot shit.
I would love him to do again. Guardians of the Galaxy became one of those like comfort watches for me after it came out, and I love going back and revisiting it. Um, Much like your sale.
Mm,
And yeah, I would love to see what he would do with Star Wars. He very clearly understands like good sci-fi, like.
yeah.
Mhm.
And I think there's enough weird characters in Star Wars for him to be like, yep.
Yeah.
I think if you, I know it's an animal thing, but if you got, is it Jason the rabbit, Jackson the rabbit,
Yeah.
the green rabbit thing?
Jax, yeah, yeah.
If you were like, here, you can have him on your team, he'd be like, okay,
Yeah. He'd be like, let's go.
yeah.
Big Green Rabbit. Yeah, Gunn would be able to fucking do something great with him.
Mhm.
And also then make him really sad and make you want to cry over him. Like Guardians 3. So, you know.
Just Jax is like, and by the way, I'm suicidal. Okay.
Oh no. Everybody hates me. Yeah.
Um, but next piece of news is very exciting. Um, because we talked about the Sean Levy upcoming Starfighter a few times. You've got your Ryan Gosling starring. And then we almost had Mickey Madison starring.
Mhm.
But she says, no, no, I have an Oscar now, thank you.
Yeah.
So instead they got the next sour-baked woman on the list, Mia Goth.
What a description. I love it.
And Mia Goth said, I'd love to be in a Star Wars, mate.
I can't wait to be in Star Wars.
Do you got a pick a pocket or two, boys?
You gotta pick a pocket or two.
I think this is a good addition to Star Wars. She can,
Yes.
she can play mental
Mm.
pretty well.
Hmm.
And the only thing that sort of worries me is she just gonna play evil human character? Or
Yeah.
are we gonna get something, or is she gonna be, a Twi'leks? Give it to her. Give her
Mm.
the headpiece.
Yeah, give her the headpiece. Yeah, give her the headpiece. Give her them tendrils.
Do you think Mia Goth is a good match? Well, is it a good match for the Sean Levy Star Wars movie?
Hmm. A good match for Star Wars.
Mm,
Yeah,
yeah.
I think she could. I think she could go into that universe quite nicely. Sean Levy Star Wars movie. Sean Levy could potentially do something good with Megoth. I think what he did with Cassandra Nova in Deadpool and Wolverine with Emma Corrin was very good. I think she's probably one of the like better performances in that
Mm,
film. I think she does a really good turn as a villain in that film. So yeah, hopefully you can kind of do the same with Mia Goth. And as you say, if she kind of gets to play maybe like an alien character, I think that would suit her quite nicely. You know, as you say, she can. We know we can do. She can do manic well,
mhm.
but can she do like manic alien character well? I think that
Yeah.
would be kind of cool. And again, it'll depend on, as we said in the previous episode about it. You know, kind of hoping that it maybe won't be a character who's like force reliant. I'm kind of hoping they'll also have a villain who isn't force reliant. We've started to see a lot of really cool, good villains in Star Wars recently that aren't like Sith. They're
Mhm.
just like bounty hunters or just real villainous or bureaucrats and that kind of thing. It'd be kind of cool to see again with this here being Starfighter is just going to be like a really cool like Star Wars dogfight in space. I think
Mhm.
that'll be pretty cool to see. And is she going to be just like a really fucking badass female pilot who's taking on this rebel or resistance pilot or whatever um Ryan happens to be?
Well, the plot has sort of been released, and it's Ryan Gosling has to take his young nephew to a place,
Mm,
and Mia Goth and another person are hot on their heels.
okay.
So to me, Mia Goth is playing Joe Pesci, and we're gonna have someone playing Daniel Stern, a la Home Alone,
Mm.
and
And the
it's
Wayne's going to be force sensitive Macaulay Culkin.
yes, that's
Cool.
yin. It
Mm?
are you into that?
Yeah, I can dig that. I can dig. And then Ryan Gosling, what is just doing his typical "I'm here to drive" stuff thing.
He is Buzz.
Don't you know how to knock phlegm wad?
Yeah, and he's got a big tarantula, but the tarantula's a co-pilot. It's one of those tarantula, the separatist commander that's like
Mhm.
the wee tarantula man in Clone
Yes,
Wars. Yeah,
it's
one of
him,
them.
but it still climbs on Mia Goth's face, and she
Yeah,
screams.
of course.
It writes
Like
itself.
Spider-Man, she's like,
But I think I don't know who I would team up with Mia Goth. I think sort of you need. I think it'll be a comedy person, um,
yeah.
and it'll probably be some sort of enforcer type. So
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know why my mind automatically goes to can't remember his name now for the life of me, but Joe Swanson, fucking Kronk,
Oh,
Patrick Warburton.
Patrick Warburton. Yeah. Oh my God. Mia Goth is like a Yzma type,
Oh,
and him is
yes,
imagine
that
that'd
wouldn't
be
be
great.
that'd be good.
The
Um,
wrong lever as they get like ejected out of their fighters.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
I would watch that.
I
I
watch
think.
that. I could dig it.
And then people have suggested on Twitter that with the plot being Ryan Gosling has to get his nephew to somewhere, is the place that he's getting them to Rey's new Jedi school. Maybe.
Yeah, that'd be an interesting tie-in
It's
as
sort of
well. Do we
tie.
know, is it that era? I actually, you know what? Awful. I know a man doing a Star Wars podcast that hasn't read up on a Star Wars thing. I've not read a while lot about Starfighter yet in terms of like plot and stuff.
Mm,
Do we know what era is it going to be post?
it's 5 years after Rise of Skywalker.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
So we're past nine.
Yeah. Way
Uh,
past 9. Hopefully past enough that people won't be like, oh, it's post the sequel trilogy.
well,
Fuck up.
we're starting to get people sort of. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter being like, you know what, Rise of Skywalker is not bad. And you're like,
Mm.
mm,
Mm.
some stuff's okay, I guess.
Yeah, I still, a friend of mine once said, Danny, they could shit on a plate and stick a Star Wars label on it and you'd love it. And I was like, yeah, probably, probably. Yeah, again, as you say, there's stuff I like about Skywalker. Rise of Skywalker. There's stuff I like about Rise of Skywalker, and there's stuff that, yeah, I'm about like, nah, that's not great, but, I'm not going to shit on it like a lot of other people do.
Yeah, I've described it before as it's two movies in one, and it
Yeah.
just is rushing from piece to piece, and it's a shame. Like I've seen people giving off about Hux being the rebel spy, and it's like that's a fun twist. It's
Mhm.
just it doesn't go anywhere.
Yeah, that's it. It's too McClunky,
Mm,
which is it's a shame considering what kind of came before, and I think that's the unfortunate thing is it because of too many cooks, it became all a bit too disjointed, and it was like, all right, okay.
and let's just have the Too Many Cooks theme.
a stew.
A pinch of salt and laughter too.
A scoop of kids to add the spice.
A dash of love to make it nice. And you got
Too many cooks.
too many cooks.
Too many cooks. Too many cooks. Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Too many cooks.
Takes a lot to make a stew.
When it comes to me and you,
And him and her and the baby too. Too many cooks, it's true.
the saying goes it'll spoil the broth.
Honey, I think that's not true.
Well, maybe too many cooks will spoil the broth, but they'll fill our hearts with so much love.
There we go. Yeah, I think. Well, you know what? We'll get into it. It's a promise in the future that we will do an episode on each movie
Yeah,
at some point,
absolutely. Yeah.
and you'll just have to hold on to then when you'll get to hear a full breakdown of the Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, who knows? By the time, because we'll obviously rewatch them for each of the episodes. We could, by the time we rewatch it again, because I don't know, when was the last time you watched Rise of Skywalker?
I would say maybe this time last year.
Yeah, I think probably when I bought the Skywalker Saga Blu-ray box set was the last time I watched it, which again, when did that come out? A couple of months after the cinema release.
So middle of
So-
COVID.
Yeah, probably would have been the middle of COVID that
Mm.
I watched it. So who knows? We could go back and be like, hey, that wasn't so bad.
You know what? It has its moments with, Dennis Lawson turns up and he said recently, he's like, that was my favorite movie to do. You're like, ah, come in.
Ah, that's so nice.
Is it Dennis Lawson? Plays Wedge?
Aye.
That's
Yeah,
right.
I
That's
think
it.
so.
I was thinking of
Let me check.
your man do you remember Jim Davison's big break?
It is Dennis Lawson.
Yay, good.
You
I-
did it.
I was thinking of John Fargo, the snooker referee on Big Break. But that's way in the future, Danny.
Yes. Not for today.
But we're in the present, and what's a better present than going on a nice vacation?
Oh, I do love a wee holiday.
Well, let me tell you, man,
Holiday.
we know a guy who can get you sweet deals.
Celebrate.
And his name is J3PO. And without further ado, let's have the robot take it away.
Hello, it's me, J3PO, back again with the latest Star Tours offer. Why not whisk yourself up into the skies, beyond the clouds, the cumulonimbus and the stratus, and take a wee visit to Bespin, also known as the wonderful Cloud City. You can go and take a tandem cloud car ride with your beloved and then land down on one of them lovely circular landing pads and go for a wee feast at a big long table, and afterwards head into the bar where Lobot himself will be spinning the discs. You can get low with Lobot and it can be all yours for just 200 credits per night per person. And you know what? You can stay as long as you like. It has to be booked though within the next month. Otherwise the deal will run out. You know the crack, boys and girls. Anyway, that's all for now. Until next time, enjoy yourself. See you later.
What I would give to go to Bespin, and do you know what I would give? 200 credits a night.
200 credits a night is not the worst. It's absolutely not the worst. I thought it would have been more because it always looks so fancy. It looks very clean and well polished, but I suppose maybe after all that Imperial carry on, they maybe haven't quite recovered.
I don't know what Lando did post. Did he return? Did he be I'm gonna magistrate my way all across the city?
Maybe, do you think he just let Lobot take care of it? Do you think he took Lobot with them?
I would say so.
We'll only ever know if you finish that script. Just saying.
My Lobot script.
Yeah. Hurry up, get on it. We're waiting.
Lobot, enter room. Lobot, is that jizz I hear? Lando, I told you to knock before you entered. Lando, Lobot, I meant the music. Lando, oh why?
Lando. Who's Wiener from Droid?
Lobot, that's my wife, you bastard.
Ooh, a nice drama. What a cock drama.
A menage a trois for Lobot and Lando.
Huh? Oh, Jesus. Oh, boys. We need to go on to one of the porn companies. We have an idea.
They're like, right, guys, listen. Do you know Star Wars? Of course you do. You know Lobot? Say less.
Sold. When can you start?
Can we get to play that played Lobot? Don't know if he's still alive.
Yeah, but we'll find him.
John Hollis died in 2005.
Ah, fuck.
Dig him up.
We're just a bit late.
He went out the way he would have wanted, getting rammed up the hole while he wore his wee Lobot headpiece.
Oh, I would say that would be a very uncomfortable thing to wear whilst you were bucking. Your pure ears would be tugged and all.
I feel like it would scrape the back because he was a baldman.
It's Baldman.
It would
Yeah.
scrape the back of your head.
Aye, it wouldn't feel very nice.
No.
Not one bit. No.
Like we're wearing headphones right now, but imagine you had to wear headphones backwards all day.
Yeah.
Like a reverse Cyclops.
Yeah, and then how do you ensure that it doesn't start slipping down the back of your neck, like scraping down the back of your head and down onto the back of your neck? I know that wouldn't be very nice at all.
Or you get a wee spot in the back of your head and it's underneath the metal. You're like, oh fuck.
Oh Jesus! And how are you supposed to get that? And then the missus like, "You any spots for me?" And you're like, "No." And she's like, "Lift up that wee visor thing right now. I know there's one there."
Do you think Lobot has a pimply arse?
I'd say that man's pristine. He looks like he takes care of himself.
I
There's
say
not
because if
There's
you
not a
think
single spot to be had.
Lando probably has the best body lotions
Only the
investment,
finest.
and
Yeah.
he's like, Lobot, you have treat yourself.
Yeah.
Have a wee lush bath bomb on me, man.
Oh, get that cocoa butter out.
Oh. Any artists listening, if you want to draw Lando lathering up Lobot in cocoa butter, work away.
What's going to come first? Michael Higgins is R2D2 or some Lando Lobot fanfic? I
I'll
know
tell
what
you.
my vote's for.
I'll tell you what'll come first. Me.
Is that Jess I hear again? Oh fuck! This is the episode that gets us fucking. We're done already. This is it, folks. We'll
We've
not be
reached
back.
we've reached 1,000 followers and we've went downhill.
Or if you love it, stick around. If
Stick
you love
around.
hearing about Jizz. For those who don't know, by the way, which I'm sure most of you listening do, Jizz is what the Cantina Band are playing in A New Hope.
Didn't they recently be like, we're changing it? And then people were like,
Yeah, people are like, wise up.
yeah, it's jizz.
It's Jizz, and it'll always be Jizz. Don't you take our Jizz from us.
I've collected so much jizz in my life that I can't be throwing it away now.
What will I do with all my Jizz albums?
Jazzums.
Oh, and there's just one wee jar full.
Just come. Let's stop insulting anywhere.
It's all about a crack. It's all
It's
about
about
a
a
crack, is all.
But back to the news now.
Aye.
This is what happens when we don't have a big subject.
I know, that's how we just do. You know what? Ramblin's in the name. Rambling is the game.
That's what you get.
Mm-hmm.
But Mark Hamill's been talking recently. I think he was doing press for Mike Flanagan's Life of Chuck. And also just being Mark Hamill, because when's he not being interviewed about things?
You're all talk, Hamill. You never even finished Jedi school.
Yeah.
And he sort of has been asked about Star Wars recently, and he's been given not flippant answers, but sort of like someone asked him what order you watch Star Wars in, and he was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
He's got a touch of the Harrison Ford about him now.
Yeah.
But he came out and said that that's him. He's hanging his saber and his cloak up, and he won't be playing Luke anymore.
Hmm.
And realistically, 1983 was when he should have said that instead of it. But the last time he played Luke was sort of as a stand-in during The Mandalorian and the Book of Boba Fett,
Hmm.
and we all sort of collectively were like, "Ah, it's nice to see Luke back, but this isn't really what we want."
Yeah.
And for what you might think of him in his sequel trilogy, it was sort of great to see. Like the moment you watch The Force Awakens and immediately seen Luke turn around, you could not be like, "Holy shit!"
Yeah. Yeah.
And then Last Jedi, people, well, that's not the way Luke would be. Shut up.
Shut up. Him with Yoda, like that. Same with Yoda.
Oh,
Still fucking just that moment where he's walking up to the tree and you just hear the wee laugh and you're like, oh. And the fact that it's a puppet as well,
yeah,
for Yoda, and just seeing him sit with Yoda and them having their chat, I was like, I love this. I fucking love this.
still
Yeah.
one of my favorite moments in Last Jedi, where he's like, the sacred texts, and Yoda's like, read them, have you?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. How many times? Go on, big man, tell me.
And then for him to come back and Rise of Skywalker and sort of JJ trying to clean up what people didn't like, but also trying to please the people that did like, and it's like I could have done without him.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, but for him to say, just hanging up everything now and I won't be back, it's sort of nice in a way because he
Mm,
could turn up again and it would be more of a surprise. Like him turning up at the end of Mandalorian season 2 was a big surprise,
hmm.
both in the fact of, oh, the character's here and what the fuck's wrong with his face.
Yeah. No.
But are you sad to hear? Are you glad to hear Mark Hamill sort of, finally being like, and that's that.
I think um, I think it's nice. I think definitely Mandalorian sort of allowed his character to kind of have that bit of a moment, and it was nice to see him. But yeah, I think Luke. I always love whenever people were like, sort of being like, "Oh, Sebastian Stan would be perfect to play Luke now," and I'm like, "Yeah, like why not give the mantle to somebody else
Mhm.
if they are going to keep Luke as a character in any series or movies or anything going forward? Why not just have somebody else play him? I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I know there'll be a lot of people be like, but it's meant to be Mark Hamill. It's always Mark Hamill, and it's like, but he's getting on. Like,
Yeah.
can't we can't keep expecting him to play that role? And then you get a lot of people who are like, well, let's CGI him in, like they've been doing. It's like, but that also, as you say, the face kind of uncanny valley.
Mhm.
It is getting better. Don't get me wrong. The motion capture CGI faces are getting better, but I think I would prefer somebody else just take it on. Like let Mark hang it up for himself, but let somebody else take it down and give it a go, give it a whirl. I hope that Mark's only kind of getting on like this with the interviews and stuff because he's there obviously to promote Life of Chuck. And I imagine he's fed up. He's bound to be fed up with Star Wars questions like, "What's your favorite order to watch Star Wars? Or what's your favorite Star Wars movie?" He's heard it from the fucking original trilogy, from he was interviewed during the original trilogy, right through the prequels, right through the sequels. He's heard it for fucking years. So I'm hoping that he's just kind of getting on like this because, like, I'm here to promote this thing, not Star Wars,
Yeah.
and he'll maybe sort of simmer down with it and be a bit sort of nice about Star Wars again. Um, but at the same time, yeah, if he's done with it, he's done with it. And I mean, Harrison Ford's got away with
Yeah.
getting on like that for fucking years, so why not let Mark Hamill have his time to sort of just be like, I'm done with Star Wars now. Thank you.
Yeah. And it's, with if there is such a big hoo-ha about recasting, just look at Hugh McGregor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like he took enough from the role of Alec Guinness and made it his own that you believe that by the time Hugh McGregor gets older that he would turn into Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Um, and it's the same like if you did get Sebastian Stan or somebody else, like you still have the end of Luke's story, so why not have someone tell the middle?
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and it's like the middle is like the cool part because it's sort of, he what does he do after he's defeated Darth Vader? We know what he becomes. We know that he started a school and it sort of failed,
Mhm.
but
Yep,
there's
yep.
like not every pupil was Kylo Ren. There's
Exactly. And we get glimpses in the comics and stuff, but as we've said before, not everybody reads the books, not
yeah,
everybody reads the comics. So, and we get that we glimpse through Mandalorian or through Book of Boba Fett
mhm,
with the, his school being built by those little fucking caterpillar robots and stuff. And it's like, well, what's happening there? Obviously we get to see how he interacts with Grogu as kind of this teacher apprentice, kind of just touching on that. It's like, well, what's he going to be like as a Jedi Master?
mhm,
It's really interesting because then ultimately it's his behavior with Kylo, with Ben, that shapes the character we then see in the sequel trilogy. So what's he like as a teacher? I don't know. I don't know how much of an influence Obi-Wan's going to have had on him as a teacher.
mhm.
How much Yoda's had on him as a teacher. Is he his own kind of guy? Is he doing his own thing? Is he does he put as much of the Jedi doctrine into his Jedi Academy as what came before?
Mhm.
We know from the now expanded universe stuff, the non-canon stuff, that he did allow Jedi to go on and marry and have relationships where before they weren't allowed. Is that something that exists within the Disney canon?
Yeah.
We don't know yet, really.
Like realistically, would it be a sin to bring in Mara Jade? No. You know,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you sort of give him like a happy life because it's sort of we see the struggles of him as a kid, growing into a young man, and then the blank space, and then at the end of his life, where sort of he's semi failed.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Maybe he did have a marriage aid in
Mm,
that universe. Maybe they didn't. That's the thing. They didn't have kids in the Disney one. That's okay. We can
mhm,
deal with that. But maybe there is a marriage aid out there. It'd be kind of cool to explore that even. And obviously, it's implied that Leia did train to be a Jedi for a bit, but then chose to go off and continue with her diplomatic work and with her resistance work rather
mhm.
than do the whole Jedi thing. But again, is that partially because Luke maybe was like, listen, if you're going to be with Han and have Wayne's with Han, you can't be coming and learning my Jedi school. Or,
You can't be throwing about the old tabernacle.
see if you get pregnant, you're right. You know.
You can't come play with my Jedi toys if you're going to be having babies.
I thought you were doing the my balls up the tree again, and I can't get it. The
So, boys and girls come out to play. Well, we're back in the park again, folks.
But Mark Hamill did sort of say in his comments that he's looking forward to seeing future stories,
Hmm.
and it's sort of that is like the nice way of him being like, it's past me, go ask somebody else.
Yeah, it's time for that new generation to kind of take it on. I think Andor's been the real shake up that Star Wars kind of needed recently.
Hmm.
I don't get me wrong, I love Mandalorian. I enjoyed Book of Boba Fett. Fucking loved Skeleton Crew, but Andor I think's been the one that's been really like, this is the story. This is what we want to kind of see from Star Wars now. And
Yeah,
I think that's maybe what Mark's kind of getting at. You know,
yeah, and it's like, I'm sure he wants to be a fan as well. He wants
yeah,
to see it go forward, and with the new Mando and Grogu movie sort of closing that chapter,
yeah,
maybe,
yeah,
of Disney Plus shows, because there was Tony Gilroy talking during the week saying that Disney pretty much came to him and said streaming's dead.
yeah.
Like, we're not really doing this anymore.
Hmm.
It probably will just be maybe one show every 1 or 2 years.
Yeah, which
Um,
again, if it's the quality that Andor season 2 was, I'd be happy enough for that. I think it
yeah,
would be okay. Don't oversaturate us. Just give us good content.
yeah. Especially if
You
you're
know.
getting like, say, Ahsoka season 2,
Hmm.
and you're pumping all of the money that you were, that you would have put into 4 different shows,
Hmm.
put it all into that, give us big budget, fucking show them in the cinema, fuck it.
Yeah,
Like,
that'd be great.
um,
I
if
mean, well,
if
sure, the chat still. I don't know how much further it is with that, but we're supposedly getting the Andor Rogue One edit for the 10-year anniversary next year. So, I mean, I'd say that those will be sellout shows. I would hope they'd be sellout shows. I'll be there.
Yeah,
if it happens, you know.
40x.
Absolutely. I mean, you go for another bounce around, will we?
Whenever the wee ET's grannies in the lift, it's just
Just a waft of prunes into the room.
that's just me.
I hope with this whole Mark thing, I just hope it doesn't affect how he is with fans. I always see when he's at cons and stuff, and anyone that I know has met him has always said he's really dead on and nice. And I'm hoping that I don't think it would, but I hope it just wouldn't like seep into his con interactions, or maybe they would stop doing. I don't think he would stop doing cons because he always seems like he has the crack and stuff, and he's a lot of people still come for him for his other work like Joker and stuff. So yeah, I'm hoping that that's something that doesn't affect his interaction with the fandom, you know.
I think it's more of just, Star Wars is a bit of the new hotness at the minute,
Mm-hmm.
with the popularity of Andor, and they were probably just like, let's ask Mark Hamill another Star Wars question. Like, right,
Yeah,
don't
that's
poke the
not what he's
bear.
here for. That's
No,
not what he's here for. Talk about chocolate.
he wanted to talk about working with Mickey Flanagan again.
Yeah, which to be fair, that's a good thing to be talking about.
Yeah, it's always like seeing, like we talked about the long walk
Hmm.
on Fight Club,
Yeah.
and the dissection. Go listen to that, everybody. Um, we talked about the long walk, and he's the bad guy in it. Mark Hamill's the bad guy.
Hmm.
Um, so it'll be nice to see him being a big bastard man.
He's, you know what? See, since doing Luke, he has done quite a few villainy types, hasn't he? Or voiced villainy types as
Mm.
well, which is kind of like from being like one of the greatest heroes of like sci-fi and film to being a whole bunch of baddies.
It is also
Yeah.
funny that's like he's the lead star of Star Wars. Harrison Ford sort of got the big Hollywood roles,
Hmm.
and Mark Hamill got Guyver.
Yeah, well, yeah. What's the one with cat? The cat people? Cat people? Is it just called
Uh,
cat people? No,
Sleepwalkers.
sleepwalkers. That's it. Yeah,
Somewhere Joe McElroy is hovering over our shoulder. Don't dis don't dismiss the Mick Garris classic Sleepwalkers.
yeah.
But speaking of future Star Wars movies,
Mm.
uh, uh, Ryan Reynolds, a controversial figure in the world of movies, sort of made a comment saying that he sort of pitched an R-rated Star Wars to Disney,
Mhm.
and was probably told to go fuck. Um, now, when you hear an R-rated Star Wars movie, it can be something that you could get excited for. Like Andor, sort of,
Mhm.
wouldn't be R-rated, but it's definitely something that's not for kids
Yeah.
as such. But whenever Ryan Reynolds sort of pitches an R-rated movie, you sort of know what you're getting at.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I know you're more of a fan of Deadpool and Wolverine than I am, but
Hmm.
would you like to see?
Van Wilder in space, yes, please. Um, yeah, I think well, because what I read about it was he'd said he was like it's not it wouldn't be Deadpool. It's not going to be lots of like crude humor and that sort of thing. It's just going to be a more mature narrative
Mhm.
in taking place in the Star Wars universe. And that idea intrigues me. And as you say, Andor has already kind of like laid the groundwork for that to happen.
Mhm.
But I don't associate Ryan Reynolds with like hard hitting, gritty, like R-rated drama, you know?
Haven't you seen the Amityville Horror?
Yeah, yeah, I have, and I still don't associate him with hard-hitting, gritty dramas, and I think that's maybe what an R-rated Star Wars would need to be. Like, yeah, I think you could still have like I say adult humor, like yes, grown-up humor, but it's not gonna be like Deadpool. It's not gonna be. The Marvel universe lends itself more to that because it can be cheeky and tongue in cheek because it's set in like a an Earth based realm,
Yeah.
where people will have those sorts of sense of humor and people will get on like that because there are people like that in the world. Whereas Star Wars, like we don't have silly, goofy guys who make innuendos.
No.
That's not really you've never heard somebody make an innuendo or like a pun in Star Wars, you
Well,
know.
apart from Vader and Rogue One.
Well, Yes, that's the one exception, but fucking what a glorious moment that is. But could you imagine that for say an hour and a half?
From Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. In what way was he pitching it? Was he pitching it with the intention of like being the star in it? Was he just looking to write it? Was he looking to write it, direct it? Was he looking to write, direct, and star in it?
Yeah, it's one of those things that I feel like, not to come back on the hate Sean Levy train, but I think probably with Sean Levy now in the camp of Star Wars, it's
Mhm.
easy for Ryan Reynolds to just come on the set and be like, "I'm a mate." Anyway, I have an idea for a film, and they're just like, "Slow your boat."
Yeah. We let you have Deadpool again. Fuck up.
It's like he can be good, and
Yeah.
I have seen him in stuff where it's like, right, because there was a nice wee run. I know, like, it's a fucking shit movie, but like Wolverine Origins, the
Mhm.
first like sort of 10 minutes
Yeah.
were,
Oh, the fucking sequence through time.
yeah, well, no, I mean like Ryan Reynolds in it, where
Oh,
like
yeah.
he is Deadpool with the blades, but he is joking, but also being more serious.
Hmm.
Like there isn't like the wink at the screen, tongue in cheek. I know what I'm doing here, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Um, could Ryan Reynolds just play a droid and be that funny sort of?
I mean, 000.
Mm,
Maybe, but I think it's the thing now where I think he's become so known for for that tongue-in-cheek wink at screen as Deadpool, but even as himself, when
yeah.
he's doing like even when he's doing the Wrexham stuff or when he's doing his gin, like there's always this kind of like cheeky chappy element to it that I'm
Mhm.
like, can he get away from that now? And I don't know, but I think if could he do 000? That's a train of thought that's maybe worth exploring, in my opinion.
Well, when you read 000, can you imagine his voice? 'Cause
Yeah.
sorta.
Mhm.
But it would it
I
would it would have to be someone that would restrain him and be like, right, you have to sort of stick to the lines. You can't make offhand jokes about what is happening.
Yeah, and especially as I say, because it's the Star Wars universe, like, you know, McClunky gets added to Greedo
Mhm.
and everybody picks up on it and everybody tears it apart. If something just didn't feel right, didn't feel Star Warsy, it'd be tore apart,
Yeah, and
you know.
especially at this crux we are now, where post Andor going into Mando, or yeah, Mando and Grogu. It's like we don't know where the sort of needle is
Hmm.
on Star Wars, and it's like something as heavy-handed as Reynolds could tip it back into the side of people being like, well, that's just cheese. I don't want to.
Hmm.
Would it make money? Of course, you know what I mean.
Absolutely. Yep. Yep.
But is it the right direction for the franchise, which is sort of um in the bit of a slump?
Yeah.
Even though it's like become something recently that's like most talked about, it's sort of like we need Skeleton Crew's good,
Hmm.
Andor's fantastic. We
Hmm.
need something that like my dad would be like, "Fuck, did you watch the new Star Wars thing?"
Yeah.
Whereas like I tell him you need to watch Andor, and he's like, "Ah, Star Wars, yeah." But even though my dad likes Star Wars,
Hmm. Yeah. You
he,
just want something that's maybe old school Star Wars.
yeah, something that's like Starfighter might be it. Starfighter might be
Yeah.
the key to it, and if Reynolds is in it, because I'm
Hmm.
sure he will be.
Yeah.
Um, I don't know. It's become a point now where he turned up in so many movies as um like a cameo, and the
Hmm.
cameo like Hobbs and Shaw, Ghosted, Bullet Train, and the
Hmm.
joke was always it's Ryan Reynolds,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's sort of like, mate, you need to get away from that
Yeah.
because you can't you
So,
you you can't sustain.
yeah. Somebody give that man a reign over me and fucking show that he has some fucking acting chops again.
Give that man
Again.
a 9/11.
Yeah, and let him play Shadow of the Colossus for hours. Also, by the way, if you haven't seen Reign Over Me with Adam Sandler, fucking check out. Phenomenal film.
I was talking the other day about Star Wars, as I like to do, and we were talking about the Skeleton Crew kids. Where will they show up next? And I
Mm-hmm.
was thinking um, of Wim,
Yep.
who is obsessed with Jedi. It'd be nice to see him in the Rey movie as a full-blown adult
Yep.
who's like a guy that archives Jedi stories
That would be cool, yeah. That would be a really nice transition for his character, yep.
and get Mahershala Ali.
Mm-hmm.
I think, because the man, give the man a lightsaber. I think he'd be wielding it something shocking.
Yeah.
But I would like to see, like, who doesn't want to see
Oh,
Neil again?
yeah, oh, I mean,
You
we
know?
all want to see Neil again. How
Yeah.
could we forget Neil?
I think
Bestest boy.
Skeleton Crew is worth a rewatch again. I think it's a big fun.
Yeah, it's that perfect where Andor gave us serious Les Mis in space.
Mm,
Skeleton Crew gave us Amblin. Just
yeah.
good, fun Amblin energy. And
Mm,
yeah, it's something I think it'll be for me when it starts to get like autumnal again. I'll
mm,
be like, oh, I'm gonna get cozy and I'm gonna
mm.
light the fire. I'm gonna make a little hot chocolate and I'm gonna put Skeleton Crew on. You know.
Because that would, I know there's people that do the supercuts of, put everything down into one big story.
Mhm.
I feel like Skeleton Crew you could cut into 2 hour movie.
Easy. Yeah,
You know,
there's some fantastic edits out there. There's bound to be someone's bound to have done like a Skeleton Crew supercut. It's just fucking Goonies in space, isn't it?
yeah, I
Like
know
that's Treasure Planet, bit of lovely stuff. All good quality stuff.
stuff. If you haven't listened to our Skeleton Crew episode, go back listen.
Go back, go on back, go on.
Danny, to finish off the episode, the big news of the week,
Oh,
s- something you were mucho gusto excited for.
so fucking buzzing for it, man.
May the Schwartz
Schwartz.
be with
May
you, Danny.
the Schwartz be with you.
Mel Brooks has announced it was sort of like it was known that it was maybe happening, but it's one of those things where it's like Mel Brooks is 98.
Mm-hmm.
Realistically, what could he be making that you're like, okay.
Yeah.
Because he did History of the World Part 2,
Mm-hmm.
and it sort of just came and went on Hulu and
Yeah.
Disney Plus with no real hoo-ha. But I think History of the World Part 1 isn't as famous as Blazing Saddles or Young Frankenstein or his other movie that we're about to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
So Spaceballs 2 happening.
Yeah. Fuck. I'm so excited. Well, I think we'll definitely do like an episode dedicated to Spaceballs at
Yeah.
some point because it's the best Star Wars spoof
Mhm.
out there. The best Star Wars satire. I don't know. Do you think so? Would you agree? Is it the
I would I would say so for the time, definitely. Like,
hmm
there's been stuff, more when you're growing up, Family Guy, Simpsons,
hmm
that
Yep.
sort of, picked it apart.
Yep.
But for the time where spoof movies were the thing,
hmm
to have Spaceballs come out and be good,
Yeah. Yeah.
was definitely like just one of those things that when you're growing up, you would sometimes see like pictures of like John Candy in the
Yeah.
costume, and you're like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah.
What is happening?
Why is he a dog, man? But yeah, like yeah, so we'll spend some time. We'll definitely dedicate an episode to Spaceballs, but to have this because I hadn't actually heard anything yet
Mhm.
until you sent me the article, and then I seen the teaser trailer, and I was just like, oh my fucking god! Like even the teaser trailer for it is so funny because it's literally just talking about how there's been, there was an original trilogy, and then a prequel trilogy, and then a sequel trilogy, and then a prequel to the sequel, and then a sequel to the prequel, and then it talks, and there's also been 8 Harry Potter movies, and an upcoming TV show of a remake of those movies, and the 2 Avatar movies with another 3 Avatar movies on the way, meaning 5 Avatar movies. And it's just this list of like sequels, like all the sequels and stuff that have come out in recent years. And I was like, but there was only one Spaceballs until now. And then Mel Brooks comes out to, comes on to Mel Brooks talking, and he's got Spaceballs the sweatshirt on,
Yeah.
and just saying like, I'm bringing it back, and just finish it by being, may the Schwartz be with you, and it's just like, fuck, yes, I'm so excited.
And I think the big news from it is that Rick Moranis is coming out of retirement.
Yeah, it's coming out of retirement to play fucking Dark Helmet again. Oh my God, I fucking love Rick Moranis. I fucking just, I love that man, and I love why he chose to go into retire, why he retired from acting, and to have him back for fucking this is just, yeah. Oh, I'm so excited.
I think it is one of those ones where it's only like Mel Brooks was the one that could probably convince him to come back.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and Bill Pullman's back.
hmm
Um, Josh Gad maybe appearing. We know he was sort of involved with the resurrecting of the project.
Yeah.
And Kiki Palmer is also starring as a unknown role.
hmm
But Kiki Palmer, very funny woman.
Hmm.
So I feel like she will slide into that easily. But it's one of those things that like the Naked Gun is coming out. There's a
Yeah.
new scary movie coming out, and then now we have Spaceballs 2. It's sort of the return of the
Are we?
spoof.
Are this? We're in the spoof era again. We're
Thank
in
God.
the silly, quirky comedy era is coming back.
A comedy in cinemas? I don't believe you.
I No, I'm excited. You know what? Like the scary the new scary movie that's coming out. Yeah, I'm like, I'll probably go see it because love a bit of horror and I love spoofs of horror, but I don't have too many high hopes for it. I didn't The Naked Gun movie. I was intrigued by because Big Liam Neeson's in it.
Hmm.
Al Qui-Gon Jinn Cell. But I wasn't, again, was one of those things where I was a bit kind of apprehensive about it. I was excited because Liam was in it, but I was a bit like, I don't know, do we need another Naked Gun? But then I saw the trailer that came out and was like, actually, you know what? That looks like it's going to be all right. That looks
Hmm.
like it'll be a bit of crack. But this here, like, again, as I say, all we've got so far are a few of the names and a teaser trailer that basically is just an opening crawl that's very funny. And Mel Brooks basically being like, we're back. And it's just like, yeah, I'm ready for this. And yeah, as Rick Moranis, I think the one dampener on it, and we've spoke about this beforehand, but I think it's just that John Candy won't be Barf.
Hmm.
It's a bit like, and I hope, as you say, Josh Gad is possibly going to be that kind of character, but
Hmm.
I'm hoping he's going to be like a son or a nephew or something to Barf, and then it maybe will be addressed in like a. I think Mel Brooks will do something funny, but respectful with it.
Yeah.
I think that they would have to do that for John because John Candy's just again a comedy legend. Like,
I, f-
um,
I feel
yeah,
like with this is, I know it's terrible to say, but this is going to be Mel Brooks' last film.
yeah,
He's
yeah.
he's 98. Fucking touch wood that he makes it to 200 years old. He's,
Yeah.
a man with so much life, and his autobiography, the audiobook of it that he reads is fucking
It's good.
outstanding.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Oh,
good.
I'd say the clap must actually pick up. Yeah.
But I feel like if he can ring whoever and they will say yes to
Yeah.
this.
It's fucking Mel Brooks.
Yeah, and it's like you're gonna get it's been what 35 years since Spaceballs or whatever.
hmm
Um, you've got so much material there. Obviously with the new Star Wars stuff, you're gonna have a baby yogurt. Are
Yeah.
you not gonna have a baby
Obviously.
yogurt?
How could you not have baby yogurt? He's going to be petit flu. I mean that Mel, give me a ring, right? Well, we'll chat that one out. I want my credit.
And there's like even the teaser poster was
Was
like
Dark Helmet with the fucking plaster
the
on his
plaster, yeah.
crack. Oh, fucking class.
It's like
So good.
like they've shown just little things, not even any filming has properly happened yet, and we're already like, that's funny.
Yeah, we're
So it's
ready for it. Like, yeah, I think it's. it's one of those things. I don't think we knew we needed it until it came, and then it's like, yeah, we need this. Like, this is gonna be. I really, again, I hope we're not getting our hopes up too much, but
Yeah.
like it's a really exciting thing to be announced, and I think it will. I am hoping it will live up to our expectations of it, which I'm sure it will. It's
Yeah.
bound to.
It
Um,
it'll be a love letter to both Spaceballs, Star Wars, and Mel's
other side.
career.
Mel's career and also other sci-fi. I mean, you look at Spaceballs with the dancing chest burster and all. There's going to be he's the fact that even Avatar got mentioned in the opening crawl. I'm like, fuck. There's definitely going to be some fucking the Pandora. What do you call them? The Navi. I think they'll be poking fun at the Navi for sure.
Yeah. And 2027's we're saying 2 years. And we spoke beforehand. Bring in Lewis Pullman. Bill's coming in. Bring in
Yep.
Lewis.
Yep.
Played Sentry recently in Thunderbolts. Very funny guy. Also in Top Gun Maverick. You're flying them planes. But yeah, Spaceballs 2, that's definitely in our future as well. So we'll come back to it when we talk about Spaceballs 1.
Yeah.
And other Paraday stuff of the Star Wars, but that's for the future, Danny,
Yeah.
But for now, that's the end of the episode.
It's all ogre now.
It's all ogre. What you doing on my swamp? So thank you very much, Stanley, for joining me as always.
No, thank you.
Thank you, listeners, for listening all the way through. If you got this far, God bless you.
I think they got to the jizz section and turned off. They were like, "That's enough."
That's enough of that. Don't mind me as I try and pull up all of the thank yous and goodbyes.
Don't forget to subscribe and rate the podcast, share the podcast, head on over to the Insta, give it a follow if you don't already, then give the pod or the Instagram a share. Make sure to go through and like all our top quality memeage. And yeah, just show us some love and tell all your Star Wars loving mates about us. And tell some of your not Star Wars loving mates about us too. That'd be great.
And also we'll have sort of semi-trading cards might be floating around Northern Ireland. More to come. These are the first sort of run of cards, but that makes them exclusive, Danny.
Exactly.
So if you see them floating about, feel free to take a photo and share with your friends. And then also special thanks, speaking of the cards, special thanks to Jonathan Sung for our incredible artwork and Andy Kahrs for our lovely theme tune, which we'll love every week. Always listen to it. It's very soothing. But join us next week. Don't know what we're talking about, but it'll be Star Wars based.
It will most definitely be Star Wars and also just other ramblings and nonsensical thoughts that we have.
That's the end of the episode. Much love. We love you. Love each other. And
be kind to one another.
Be kind. And it's a cruel world out there, but at least we all have each other.
Exactly. And we're all here for the love of Star Wars.
If you're having a bad day, flick on an old tale from a long, long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. What?
Why was there such a struggle for that?
It's like, how did Star Wars start?
How does it go again? Something about centuries ago in a place a long way away.
Is this in the future or is this in the past? What's happening?
Why is everything so futury but also dirty?
Why haven't those robots kissed yet?
Because they haven't got lips.
Oh, last request. Anybody that can draw C-3PO with lips.
C-3PO with a big pair of plump lips. He's just been to the cosmetics and got his fucking lip filler done.
He's going to Ibiza in 2 weeks, and he was like, best do this now before I go.
I need to be able to give the good BJs.
Of course, BJ standing for
binary binary jumps.
He sucks over 9 million dicks.
Oh,
Right, we're getting silly, right? See you there,
We are.
everybody. Good
bye,
night.
everybody. Bye.
Love you,
May the force
bye.
be with you. Bye.
Very nice.